Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here. We have a list of 14 properties, and we got the buyer class this Saturday. And so if you're at all thinking about buying a home in the next 6 months, this is a good class to come to. We're going to tell you three incentives really that are out there for first-time buyers combined, give you potentially more than $13,000 of free government money, no additional cost to you just for being a buyer. We're going to look at real-life home inspection slides. We're going to talk about how to beat other people to the best listings, including agents who usually get the information first, but there is a way to, as a buyer, get the information before them. We talk about how to guarantee your agent's going to protect you, the 4 things lenders look for when, or banks when you're getting a mortgage. We talk about zero-down mortgages. Talk about all the steps and all the costs involved. So there's some really good information. No cost to attend. We'll give you a workbook, and you just need to bring a food bank donation because we're not going to charge for the class. I think that's crass to do so, but we want to help the community. We want to help people who need it. So miltonbuyerclass.com. You can also click the link over there, and I think you'll have a great time. And we've had people that have bought 10 homes before in the past. They come to the class and they go, I wish I had known some of this stuff. So whether you're a first-time buyer or an experienced buyer, this class will have an impact in your life. It'll save you time and money. So let's get started with today's list, 14 properties. So we're going to start off with Ambassador 3849. It's 1139 square feet with 2 parking spaces. Now, nice finishes here, 9-foot ceilings. It doesn't look like it faces the green space. It looks like it faces the parking lot. You can see from the homes over here. This area is very narrow. It's a very small family room, and the kitchen feels like it's too wide here, and it's probably because these posts have some kind of structural component to them. I like everything about this apartment except the amount of space in the living room, which is a pretty big deal for a lot of people. Nice sized bedrooms, great big front entrance, lots of closet space. The layout for the rest of the house is fantastic. And I don't know if you get excited about this, but Kanye West sure does.
Lights, top lights, flashlights, spotlights, strobe lights, street lights.
We have light fixtures. That's right. I don't know if that has a place in a listing, but whatever. It looks more like a Craigslist ad to me. 3849 on paper looks good, but there's another unit with the same layout, not as nicely finished, and with less fancy light fixtures. But it does have a main floor walkout balcony so the first floor. There's a patio, and then there's green space right behind. It's listed for higher than this one, but that one I think would have sold if it didn't have the layout like this one. It's a tricky one to sell. Now, Cavanagh looks pretty good. It's a sumac corner, and so I just sold one of these, and the price reported was a bit lower, but the agent didn't take any fees because it was a family member. So we actually sold ours net dollars for more than $410, even though it wasn't reported that way. So, but I can look at it and say the value's there, and we had good showings on it. The one on Prosser, both of these are very, very similar. Hardwood floors. Ours had the granite counters, but this kitchen looks a little bit better with better appliances. And people say things like, well, yours was 3 bedrooms, this is 2 bedrooms. Yeah, but the value is very similar on these because you get an extra bathroom upstairs instead of a bedroom. And plus you can use that main floor den on the very first ground floor. You've got facing a park as well. You can use that den as a bedroom with the pull-up bed. So I think this one's priced really well. I think based on recent activity, they've got a good thing. They're holding back on offers on a few days, which is something that we can see in the broker's comments that the public doesn't always have access to. It's a good one, though. I like this one a lot. Now, on paper, this one on Woodlawn looks pretty good. It's a detached 2-story, although you can't tell because the first shot is a powder room. I mean, probably the worst picture to put as your first shot. You've got a toilet and a sink, and that's it. I don't know about that. You don't even know it's a detached home because you look at the pictures here and you say, oh, that's interesting. You can probably get someone to stain the cabinets or paint them for about $100 a door. There's a good company up in Georgetown that refinished my entire desk. It was a teak color and I wanted it more of a walnut color, and they did the whole thing. It looks amazing. So if you want their information, have to dig it up, but they can do the same thing with kitchen cabinets. And there you go. Not the best presentation, but a detached home on a good street in Bronte Meadows at $439. That's pretty close to start point, like entry point to get into the area. So Bowring Crescent is, I've sold quite a few homes on Bowring. I absolutely love the street. It's, if you don't live on the street, you don't go on it. It's a very street hockey friendly street. This model is a Poddington, 1820 square feet. Possibility to maybe have a second car parked across your front if you are that bold. 8-foot ceilings in here. This model with a 9-foot ceiling looks really nice. Main floor, everybody loves it. It's interesting because you look at that picture there and the floors are a bit darker. That looks like a lighter floor, and then you've got over here, it looks like it's a darker floor. So I hope that all the floor matches, because it looks really strange when they don't. When you've got a main floor with really like two different kinds of wood in two different areas. This picture represents, I think, the vestigial tail, which is the living dining room, which is slowly receding and slowly going away. We just find that not as many people want that, especially the living room, maybe a dining room, but even then people go, I only use my dining room twice a year. Is it worthwhile to have it? And so I don't see the pool table as included or excluded, and so it probably means it's excluded. Upstairs you've got 3 bedrooms plus a laundry room, and you have 2 full bathrooms. In the basement, whenever you see something like that, which is horrible workmanship, it calls into question the integrity of the rest of the build. And so just pay close attention downstairs in the basement about how the rest of it is finished. Check the bathroom, see if there's a fan there. I also would have taken the toilet paper and put that somewhere else. Anyway, on paper this one doesn't look too bad, but I would say it still has to dress to impress in person if it's going to sell for near this price. Now my favorite home in today's list is this one here on Highside. Double car garage, nice. I love Highside. I think it's a beautiful street. 62 by 122 foot lot. Very few 62-foot lots. Even on nice streets like Gowland and Clements, most of them are 50, 55-foot lots. So up here you're getting 60 foot. Nice and wide. You've got a beautiful backyard with lots of, well, you have a koi pond too, but lots of big trees in this area. They have done some work in the kitchen. Those may be original cabinets that they painted. It's hard to tell from these pictures. It's called a backsplit 4. So you've got main level, kitchen, living, dining, go upstairs to the bedrooms, downstairs to a rec room, and then there's a 4th level usually on these ones if it's a backsplit 4. Got a big open room here. That's probably the 3rd level down. And then you can see down here is you've got another level. And then with the split levels, there's always a half level that is a crawl space that you can access from the lowest level here. Anyway, nice home. I think the price is good. And if it shows well in person, there's a little bit of pent-up demand. There hasn't been a lot of good older homes with double garages that have come out in the last probably 3 months. So we have Dolby Crescent, 649.9. It's a Thistle Bay, 2237 square feet. And dark pictures, again, I don't get it. Nicely finished here. That's just sloppy. Like, seriously, can you not just rotate your picture around? I could do it on my phone. I can rotate a picture around. It's not that hard. Stuff like that drives me bananas. Unfortunately, it doesn't always affect people as much as as much as it should. So looks like it's got more of a hand-scraped hardwood look. Nice upstairs layout. The master ensuite is huge. You've got a walk-in closet off this room here. And here's the thing. Here's one thing that probably isn't ideal about this home is that, see that right there? That's Matamy's headquarters. This is where they do their launches. This is their sales center right at Derry and Trudeau. So I'm not a big fan of that. Eventually that building is probably going to turn into commercial, although Matamy is probably going to continue to sell homes in Milton for a very long time. So I would say in the next 5 years, expect that to really have no change in use. So there you go, $649 for a single car garage. When you get up to $650, you start to compete with some really nice double car garages. Even though this one might get them on size a bit, you can always finish a basement on a smaller double car garage home. Now, one more is 100 Millside, number 1505. I won't talk a lot about it because there's no pictures. But for this high in this building, so it's sequentially, when you go up on floors on this building, it's almost like you reach a point probably around the 12th or 13th floor where the prices just shoot up. I'm not expecting this one to be move-in ready per se. At this price point, I have seen units, 2-bedroom, 2-washroom, and 2 parking spaces in this building go for like $370. $380, and this one's at $295. Even the stuff on the first, second, third, fourth floor with non-ideal locations in the building have sold for more than $300,000. So you probably have to put work into this one. That's why I'm guessing they're priced like this. But really, it's a condo. I mean, you could gut a whole condo and do a lot with even $25,000. Still puts you in a good place. I haven't even seen pictures here, but I know that this is probably a steal of a deal. So don't wait for pictures. Get in and see this one quick. Even the 1-bedrooms go for like $240 something now. So at less than $300 this high in the building, you are winning either way. So good, there's the list, miltonbuyerclass.com, or register over there. And if you want to see anything in today's list, you know how to reach us, 905-693-9346. Have a great day.